Alright fellas, welcome back. I'm going to crack on with the van. I've been doing a little bit off camera, but I've not filmed everything because I've just kind of wanted to get it done, because the van is going to mechanics, which I'll explain later on once I give you an update as to what's been going on. But before I do that, I just want to say a massive thank you to Paul Ashford. Bear 1 second. Yeah, so Paul dropped me a message on Instagram and said, Alex, I've got some Mohawk Green BMC engine paint that you can have. So I met up with Paul and he's given me literally a brand new tin and a spray can. So Paul, I know you're watching, mate. Thank you very much for that. I really do appreciate it. And I owe you a beer for that, without question. I'll leave a link to Paul's Instagram in the description as well, so go and give him a follow. I believe he's got a turbo mini, and I believe he posts a couple of pictures on Instagram and stuff like that, so make sure you go and give Paul a follow. I've also got a delivery from Mini Spares, so we'll do a little bit of an unboxing, and I'll show you exactly what I've got, and that'll lead on to what's happening with the van next as well. Okay, so we'll see how good Mini Spares here is, and if all my stuff's in this box, and if it's not in the box, I'm going to stop this camera and go and ring them. Get the important bit off first, don't show the missus that. Okay. So Mini Spares have got a bit of a sale on Black Friday, so I thought I should take advantage of it, as you do. There we go, shove that in the bin. Right, okay, so item number 1 is a brand new wiring loom. Look at that, that's mint that. Yeah, really happy with that. Wasn't happy with the wiring on this van at all. I was going to look at doing a little bit, tidying the wiring up, and then I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to buy a new loom, because the loom that's on it's 40-year-old, it's been chopped, it's been added onto, and it's just rubbish. So new wiring loom. Also, whilst driving down to the NEC, to the NEC Classic, I absolutely froze my tits off because my heater broke. Now, yes, this isn't a sort of standard heater, you know, I know that, I understand that, but I wanted something compact, I wanted something that was going to work, and I'm not going for kind of 100%, you know, that's got to be this right specific heater, because that heater's not a minivan heater anyway. So I've got a little compact heater here, which goes underneath the, what's that called? You know, that there. Can't think. The dashboard, whatever, we'll give it that. So it gets mounted to that. The vents come off there for the, what's it called? I'm doing a lot of this today. The windscreen, and then you've got the 2 vents on the side where you can blow hot air out towards the passenger compartment, which is what we want. So yeah, got one of them. So one of them. My workbench is just absolutely full of rubbish. Also, I've got the early style. Well, that's shit, innit? I don't know if they might have come pre-finished, but that is a joke. So yeah, I've got the mounting plate for the master cylinders and a gasket. That'll need powder coating that. What else have I got? What else have I got? Got some brand new engine mounts as well. Paul Jeffrey said to me, Alex, get some new engine mounts if you're going to that level. So new engine mounts, so cheers Paul for that. And I have also got in here, it's freezing in this garage, I need to sort some heating out. Hang on. Bet Mark Draper's laughing now watching me going, oh, he's in his heated garage. So this is that's either a brake master cylinder or a clutch master cylinder. I bought 2 of those. So yeah, before they go in the van, I'm going to clean them up with a bit of Autosol as well and get them really nice and shiny. So I've got brake master cylinder or clutch, depending which one it is. And I have also got it doesn't tell you on the box actually what it actually is. Whether they're both the same and you just choose which one you want to use. I'll see if this one's any different. No, I think they're both exactly the same. So I think they can either be a brake master cylinder or a clutch master cylinder. If it's not, get in the comments and let me know. I won't be fitting these anyway. I'm having a professional do that because I want the van to stop. Okie dokie. Right. So that is it in terms of parts that I've ordered. Right, let me show you what I've been doing on the van then. Okay, so as you can see, the wiring loom is totally out. I've disconnected everything out of this engine bay. So originally what I was going to do was tidy up the wiring loom, sort it all out myself, and then the more I've dug into it, the more and more I've found. Not rust, which is a good thing. I kind of found there's a couple of runs in the paint here, there's a few other bits and bobs, so got on the phone to Mechanics, Paul at Mechanics, and I said, look, this is what I've got. I said I want the engine bay respraying. And also there's the thing for the SPI, that's not meant to be on there, so that's getting took off. So I'm going to have the full engine bay resprayed, and any holes that are not meant to be there, there's someone here, be right back. Right, so where was I? Yeah, so any holes that are not meant to be there are going to get welded up, ground back, painted, all that kind of stuff. Also, Paul said to me, he said, to get a good finish in the engine bay, we need to drop the subframe. He said, then you won't have masking lines. So I said, right, perfect. I said, well, while the subframe's out, this is where it starts to spiral out of control. I says, you might as well powder coat the subframe, because I was going to paint this on the front anyway, and then I noticed that, you know, the cones probably weren't doing. So anyway, the subframe's going to be fully rebuilt, powder coated, put back in. So literally the front end of the car is going to be brand new. So yeah, that's what's happening with that. But what I'll do is I'll kind of show you a few things in the engine bay then, as they are now and what's going to be changing. Okay, so as you can see, there's a couple of little runs there, so all this is getting redone. Also, you'll notice for the keen eye viewers, I'm on twin line brakes. I'm going to single line. Yes, I know it's not going to increase the braking performance, but this van shouldn't have that, so I'm going to go single line. Yeah, I know it's got the Cooper S brakes on it, but when you open the bonnet, what I want to achieve is, I want you to think, oh, you know, standard minivan. But then when you look closer, you'll notice that, you know, you've got little DSM bits here and there and other bits. So I don't want it to like stick out in your face that I've modified it, but when you look a little bit closer, particularly this car's not going to be for the anoraks. If you're an anorak and you're watching this, that's the car for you over there. This one isn't, but it's going to look nice anyway, whatever I do to it. So yeah, that's what's happening with that. So I'm going to give you a couple of videos, hopefully at Mechanics, and I'll get Mechanics to take a couple of pictures, and I'll see if Paul's doing me a few videos as well, of the work that they're doing to it as well. So I say, as you can see as well, I've took the wiper motor out as well, all that's out. I need to drop the pedal box. I need to order another pedal box. I couldn't get one from Mini Spares, so I will need a pedal box from Huddersfield Mini Spares, which will be able, so I'll be able to use the earlier type master cylinders. So in terms of the engine as well, I've started to clean this up as well. So I put some paint stripper on that, and I've started a little bit here. It's really easy to come off the kind of the clutch housing, but when you come to the block, it's proving quite difficult to get off. So I'm going to spend a good few hours on that as well. So what I'll probably do is stick you on a time lapse, and I'll get that all cleaned off later on in this video. So that's pretty much what I've been up to. I say I kind of started the engine, I had to stop it because I need to get this ready for it to go next week. So this is getting picked up Wednesday, Thursday next week. Today's Saturday. So yeah, I've been busy getting that sorted out. So right, I shall stick you on a time lapse and let's start getting this engine cleaned up. Right fellas, as you can see, that is getting all that paint off. Now what I probably could do is just give it a quick wire brush, get all the loose off, but in an ideal world I want to get all this paint off. By the way, I just took my safety glasses off. Got them there. All the paint off, so I know for a fact that when I repaint this engine it ain't gonna flick off. Most of it round the crankcase is fairly stuck on. The block, a little bit of it chips off, but that red paint is really hard to get off. So I'm not going to bore you with too much kind of wire wheeling stuff. I'll just check in with you in a bit once I've made a bit more progress. Hi fellas, welcome back. Right, I've been on this block now for hours and hours and hours, and I need a change of something different. There's only so long you can spend wire wheeling. I'm sick of the noise of it. So yeah, I'm going to do something else. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start getting a couple of the ancillary bits off the engine. I've already took a couple off in the meantime, but I'm going to take the water pump off. What else can I take off? There's a couple of other bits. There's a piece of pipe there and other bits. So what I'll do is I'll show you kind of where I've got to, and then we'll go from there. Oh, by the way, in the meantime, since I've been doing this, I've been to Machine Mart and I bought this heater. Absolutely lovely. It's an infrared heater, so rather than a heater like that, where it just blows warm air out, the way this works is kind of like weird. So you can still see, I can still see my breath, but when you sat in front of it, it's like really warm. It's really hot now. So yeah, that was a bargain. That was 47 quid. I was going to get two, but I thought I'll just get one for the time being. I can't see it getting any colder than what it is already, but maybe if I do decide to get another one, I can stick it up there because I've got a plug socket down there. Anyway, as mentioned, for the engine, so as you can see, I've got 80% of the engine kind of back to bare metal. I've got most of the crankcase. No, is that the crankcase? I don't even know what it is. Clutch case, starter motor goes there. Most of that's off. And like I say, I've been at it for bloody hours on this. So there's a couple of other bits and bobs. I think I want to get some paint stripper on the remaining stubborn little bits and just persevere a bit. I'm in no rush to paint this block. So if I spend a couple of hours coming back here and there to make sure it is right, that's what I'm going to do. The back of the engine, now I was going to strip the back of it off, but I'll show you why. So, as you can see, the engine at the back, there's no flakiness. There's a couple of little bits here where it's chipped and that, but I think that's just where it's been getting wrestled around. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to etch that with some wire wheel, and then I'll just paint over that so the full engine does get a coat of paint. So right, let's get this water pump off, and then Monday this van is getting picked up and it's going to mechanics. So yeah, this job's escalated way beyond what I was first going to do, but oh well, you know how it is. It's got to be done right, hasn't it? So I was looking the other day, new water pumps are like 15 quid, so it just makes perfect sense to just change it. Trying to find the right spanner. No, I bet it's a spanner that's not in there. This one, 7/16. That's the one. Bloody hell, that was loose, wasn't it? Yeah. So, new water pump. I don't know whether to leave the water pump silver or to paint it green, like the block. No idea. But let's get this on. Right boys, top tip from Tooney, don't take your water pump off in the middle of your garage, let all the water drip out, take it outside so no water comes out, and then all the water's already come out in your garage. So yeah, right, so water pump's off. I took a little piece of pipe off there because that was getting in the way, it was doing me head in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a chisel and I'm going to clean up all in here, and just clean up and see what I've got. Now if there's any joiners amongst us, I know there's a few. I don't know if everyone used to do. I used to do carpentry and joinery up until I decided to crash a bike into a tree stump. So I've still got a few tools. Now these are the best tool ever for cleaning up bits of old gasket and all that kind of stuff. The good old 3/4 inch Irwin marple, flat on there, and literally just slices everything off. So yeah, if you're not a joiner and you want to try and be a joiner and have one of these to clean up your mini engine, then I highly recommend you go and get one. Right, now as you can see, that is going to be a perfect surface to mount the new gasket onto. Right, so I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm not sure how long I've waffled on for. To be honest with you, I've had enough for today now anyway, so yeah, I might, well the next video will be probably this thing going on the back of a trailer to mechanics. And I'm going to see if I can stop by mechanics and have a look and get a bit of an update as to what's happening with it. So like I said, I think I mentioned before, subframe's getting refurbed and painted, engine bay's getting done, and if you do watch my previous video about kind of what's happening to the minivan this winter, There's a couple of bodywork bits getting done to it as well. So thanks for watching. I hope I've not bored you to death, but right, I'm going to get in and go and get cleaned up because I've got a state in my hands. But until next time guys, catch you later.